Hi, and welcome to the Pat Answers video series on navigating malaise and rekindling a spark. Today we're looking at question number 5, which is simply, how do you find your way through malaise? And if you caught the last episode in this series, I talked about typical responses that people have, from detonation to resignation to exploration. And so what I want to share with you today are a few more ideas on that middle way, that way of exploring what comes next in your world and in your life. So the path of exploration will be familiar to you if you've ever lit a fire, because that's really what we're trying to do here, is to rekindle a spark in your life. And when you light a fire, what you need, of course, are 3 things. You need to find some kindling, some fuel. You need to strike a match, light a spark, and you need to then fan the flames. So I want to talk about this process in those terms. First of all, we're trying to find some fuel, and what you're looking for is kindling of a sort. You're looking for things that have potential, have possibilities in your life at this point. You need to do some reflecting, you'll need to do some noticing, and you perhaps will want to do some imagining. It's not a long and complicated process, but it does take paying attention. And what you can do as a way of starting is just simply ask yourself a few very basic questions, like, what are you curious about? What are you finding intriguing these days? And what kinds of things are calling you, nudging you for your attention? So that's the first stage, is trying to find some kindling, some fuel. Once you've got something that seems to have some potential for you, what you want to do is to strike a match and see if it catches fire. You want to do this in a way that is low risk. So, set out to find a low risk experiment, a way of trying something out before you wholeheartedly commit to it. You might get lucky and strike a fire, start a fire on your first attempt, or you might find that you start a fire and it fizzles. It's really not something for you, and you have to repeat that stage or process several times. But when you finally find something that does catch flame for you, what you want to do then is to fan the flames. And the way that we do this is we breathe more life into that fire by sending time and sending energy and sending attention in that direction. And you find ways to build that newfound passion and interest into your everyday life. Here's where you're probably going to need to deal with some possible resistance, either internal resistance or external naysayers as well. So be prepared to deal with those things and to let a few things go along the way. What I think is really critical at this stage is actually to commit to what lights your fire and not be overly concerned about what other people say or what other people think. So that's the short answer to today's question. How do people explore their way through malaise? What you do is you gather some kindling, some fuel, you strike a match, and you see what catches flame, and when it does, you fan those flames and see where it takes you. So that's it for today's question. In the final episode of the series, I'm going to be talking with you about how you can support others as they deal with malaise in their lives. So please, stay tuned.